I woke up this morning and spent 37 minutes in bed scrolling through a group chat where nobody had messaged me in 2 days. I was waiting for a distraction to tell me what to do next. That's the opposite of discipline. What I'm about to show you is the autopsy of why your discipline fails before you even begin. If you don't fix the 5 errors I'm naming, you will spend the next year stuck in the same cycle of starting strong and burning out. Listen carefully. You know the feeling. You set the alarm for 5 a.m. You make the plan. You feel the surge. And then, by Wednesday, the knot is back in your stomach. The voice in your head is calling you lazy. You shrink from the goals you set. You watch another week go by where you're all motion, no progress. You are the person who talks about discipline but can follow through. That's your current reality. The humiliation is quiet, and it lives in the silence after you tell someone what you're really working on. If you click off this video right now, that cycle keeps running on you. 1 year from today, you'll be in the same spot, having the same internal argument, feeling the same shame. I spent $4,700 on a high-performance coaching program 2 years ago because the guy had a sold-out event photo. I learned one thing. They sell the medal ceremony. They don't give you the bootcamp blueprint. What you were getting here is the blueprint. Hope Ledger does he sell anything? No course, no mentorship, no apply to work with me Discord. We keep the receipts. We do not run the scam. The first error is misdiagnosing the root cause. You call it laziness, a weak character. That's wrong. Psychologically, this is the fundamental attribution error, blaming character instead of situation. The real cause is always a failure of environmental design or a flawed decision protocol. Your brain's willpower is a limited battery. Undisciplined behavior is the default output when that battery is drained by chaotic choices. You intend to work early, but your phone is on the bedside table. The first decision of the day, checking notifications, consumes the charge and wrecks the plan. Stop judging your character. Starting tonight, audit your environment. Where's the friction? Remove it. Look up. Are you listening, or are you just waiting for me to confirm what you already think? The second error is confusing why with how. You think a powerful reason is enough. This is the motivation trap. Purpose is abstract. Discipline lives in the concrete. How? The specific protocol you follow when resistance hits. Soldier's why is abstract. His discipline comes from drilled, repetitive, how procedures for clearing a room. You have a why for fitness, without a pre-decided how for when you retired. Put on shoes and walk 5 minutes. You will fold. You'll move for every valued why. Design 3 specific how protocols for low energy states. This is commitment escalation. You pre-commit to the action, not the feeling. Here's the part most beaters quit before reaching. They want the secret. The secret is there is no secret. It's procedure. The third tactic is a protocol. The Detach-Diagnose-Decide framework. When you fail, your instinct is to engage emotionally. Guilt, frustration. That amplifies the problem. The correction is a 3-step tactical protocol. First, emotionally detach. Treat it as a tactical debrief, not a moral failure. Second, diagnose the exact point of failure. Was it an ambiguous next step? An environmental trigger? Third, decide on one micro-adjustment to prevent that exact failure from recurring. If you snapped at someone, the trigger was an interrupted work session. The adjustment is a visual, do not disturb signal. Replace emotional reaction with cold, procedural analysis after every lapse. This is cognitive reframing. You are the scientist, not the failed experiment. Thanks to my 3 subscribers. What a legend. Be the 4th. Hit subscribe. It keeps me motivated to make these instead of staring at a wall. The maybe later crowd can keep scrolling. If you are still watching, you are already different from the 90% who left. The fact you're here tells me you're ready to sit in the work. The 4th error is building motivation-dependent systems. You construct routines that require high energy to execute. They fail under stress. A disciplined system must work at 20% of your normal willpower. This is achieved through extreme simplicity and pre-commitment. A combat unit does rely on motivation to check gear. It uses a mandatory checklist at a specific time. Your morning routine should not be aspirational tasks. It should be a 3-item, non-negotiable sequence you can complete in 5 minutes when exhausted. The takeaway: design every system to function at your lowest state. Psychologically, this is reducing cognitive load. The auction for your attention keeps running, stop bidding. The 5th and final error is neglecting the default mode default. Your brain's resting state is passive, self-referential thinking. Unstructured time defaults here, leading to rumination and distraction. Discipline requires you to intentionally disrupt this default with pre-scheduled, action-oriented blocks. This is about filling all time. It's about assigning specific, short missions to transition periods. The default after a meeting is to scroll. The discipline system assigns a 2-minute mission. Hydrate and write 1 bullet for the next meeting. Treat unstructured time as a tactical vulnerability. Assign it a simple mission. This is controlled exposure. You are directing your focus, not following it. Mental discipline is not the act of forcing yourself. It is the result of designing environments that make the right action the default, lowest friction path. You are not lazy. You are misengineered. There's a difference. The master pattern is a shift from fighting your character to engineering your protocols. True discipline is the reliable output of a system, not the sporadic product of your will. This is the kind of brutal audit Cope Ledger exists to give. The choice is yours. Stay in the cycle of shame, or become the engineer of your default behaviors. Don't subscribe if you want me to be polite. I won't be.